their way, though. 2 draws and a defeat put them 3rd from the bottom. And that local derby is our featured match this afternoon. And as ever, we'll be showing all the tries scored in the First Division yesterday. In the weeks ahead, there's a prospect of a constant stream of visitors to our shores. Japan, the first arrivals, have already been in action with a game against Wales A in midweek, and a team which looks as if the imports are heavily outweighing the exports.
I've been in Japan now for 4 years on and off working, but from the second World Cup onwards I've been there full time. And with the new IAB qualification being 3 years of residency, and Shigi Kono approached me to make myself available.
Now then, there has to be numbers over here. Nigel Walker, Simon Hill, William Wilkins. The Japanese have no answer at the end, and Wales have now scored 10 tries.
All the tries coming up later in the programme, plus action from Japan's second game of the tour against Dunvant. The top club match of the day in Wales between Cardiff, the Heineken League leaders, and third-placed the Nestle, also coming up. But first, it's to the recreation ground for the game between Bath and Gloucester. The two have experienced contrasting fortunes in recent times, but the deeply embedded rivalry between the clubs can often make a nonsense of form and league position. The Bath pack is unchanged once again, but injuries behind the scrum to Stuart Barnes and Tony Swift have brought Mike Catt into the side at fly half and Adedeo Adebayo onto the wing. Gloucester, still seeking their first league win of the season, have major concerns over their goal kicking. They missed 6 penalties against Leicester last week, and the men charged with the responsibility of getting points on the board this time, T.Smith at full-back and fly half P.Beech. Your commentator, Nigel Starmer-Smith.
Yorkshire referee Brian Campbell in charge of this great West Country derby. Unbeaten Bath, with an early collision between de Glanville and Adebayo. There's a nasty opening crash. Clean catch by de Glanville, but there's the collision.
Second row, so you keep your feet to yourself when it goes down. Right, can you go? Nice and early, put it in straight.
Hannaford himself drifted infield. Lumsden and Callard now with the head bandage. T.Smith in trouble, knocks on midfield. Referee waits for advantage should any come Bath's way. Picked up by Pete Jones, and it's good the refereeing here because there is advantage and a chance here with Callard going, and in the corner Ben Clark. Well, plaudits to the referee there for allowing the knock-on to bring Bath advantage, and what advantage they took. All starting with the deep kick through. Problems for T.Smith in the opening minutes here. The knock-on, well caught by Callard, who was up in the move again. Pete Jones trying to rescue it, but look at this ferocious work by the Bath forwards, linked by Robinson. Callard's there again, and Clark in the corner. Stunning opening by Bath. And the conversion attempt by John Callard. His head swathed in bandages after receiving 15 stitches up at Orrell last week. From the touchline, he's back in that sort of form again. And as we saw on Rugby Special 2 weeks ago, currently doing no wrong. No doubt the attention on Callard too from Jeff Cook, England's manager. I think they're going to stop here for Doncaster, who was in that kick-off collision. So it'll be Jason Merchant will come on as replacement. Haag there, but it's well won by Sims. Charge down at the kick. Hall coming through. Bath skipper still with thoughts of renewed England honours. See how Clark's moved up to mark the threat of Sims. He's a principal jumper, still wins it, but it's not much protection there, and Bath have made something of it. Catt, Guscott, back into trouble, in truth. Still there, though. It's where Bath do well. Clark, it didn't go forward. Trap tackle to save the day, Gloucester, but it's whipped out by Hill. No one there to gather it. And Gloucester could make something of this. Adebayo bottled up there. Shrill blast on the whistle. Hand in the ruck. Penalty Bath. Something that Gloucester could ill afford. Here they go. Should be a hand in here somewhere. There's the ball on the deck. There's a hand. Well spotted by the referee, Sam Masters. I think the guilty party, the Gloucester number 8. So there's Callard to come up and make it 10 points if he gets it. Sweet. 10-0. Penalty to add to conversion. Stuart Barnes is the bystander, but no doubt well pleased at the scoreline. Redmond, good leap. It's the Bath wedge. Drive to the halfway. Straightened up again. That's good work by the pack. Keeping it on line. Cat Guscott. T.Smith just short of his own line. Under pressure, he had to hook it fast. He thought well there because Adebayo was bearing down, and he really had to hook it right round, forgo the distance, and just make it safe. Awkward ball here, T.Smith, but a lot of experience here. Just a glance up to see the threat and see how he hooked it. But here come Bath again. Robinson to set it up midfield. Hill. Change of mind, change direction. Cat through. It's good running. Wide out is Guscott in. Lovely score. And it was Mike Cat making his mark. South African Mike Cat from Grey High School, Port Elizabeth. An uncle in Stroud brought him over to the UK, and he made contact with Bath, and here he is making his mark at the Rec in the place of Stuart Barnes. And what a talent they have here. That's a lovely break, and once he'd done that with a secure pass, it was always on. Guscott didn't need Audley Lumsden. Try number 2, 15-0, 9 minutes of the half to go. Well, Callard's missed one, but it's still 2 out of 3. And his chance to make it 17-0. Ominous moments for Gloucester. That'll do. Well, delightful work, because it was a delayed delivery that came from Hill on the switch, but Gloucester seemed to have given Cat that little bit of room. Long floated pass. No problem for Guscott just to stretch round. It's good work by Dave Sims again, the player who's been in England's under-21 squad. Now in contention certainly for Southwest Division honours. And of course all these players are aware that divisional matches are coming up in the Championship and against New Zealand. And Gloucester, good forward effort here, best of the match. Still going. And they finally are forced into touch, but Bath are offside. So full penalty. Still looking for first points. Jim Smith's kicking not of his usual high standard. Kicked 2 penalties against Wasps, but that was out of 6 chances, and they squandered a few against Newcastle and Leicester as well. Can they get it on the road now? First points here before half-time. T.Smith. He's gone the other side this time. It really is a sad catalogue of 4 missed penalty attempts and no points still for Gloucester. And that was on the full just. Mason Merchant across. Callard, 16, you may be wondering, it's an old tradition here that they don't play a number 13 in Bath colours. And the line-out not taken as the half-time whistle goes. Bath, that demoralising start for Gloucester, conceding the early try by Ben Clark. Well, there's friendship on the terraces. Well, they won't be happy with 17 points as a lead. It's not a winning lead necessarily. A couple of converted tries, the match can turn on its head. Tap bound by Clark, didn't look straight. Cross the line again as well. And it's several times now that Bath have been penalised for this same offence, interfering with the opposition, jumping across. And perhaps this time there'll be some luck for Gloucester, and P.Beech this time from the right-hand side. That looks good. Yes, good effort. So, first points of the second half, and Gloucester on the scoreboard. Robinson, reverse pass to John Hall, down by Ashmead. Still there though, and that's Clark bowling referee Capsule out the way in his drive to the line. Handing in the ruck. Gloucester concede another penalty attempt. Ben Clark just brushing aside all who should stand in his path, including the referee on that occasion. So it's Callard once more. 2 conversions, a penalty already. This for 49 points in the league this season. Clockwork again. 20 points to 3. And no doubt a performance that's impressing those guys high up there, and lower down the selectorial brace of Jeff Cook and Bob Norster, England and Wales. Less happy viewing for Doncaster. Sees Bath back to a 17-point clear lead, and they're on the rampage again. De Glanville takes the man, perhaps a little slow, but the support from Dorr. Wide out is Lumsden, back inside is Guscott. Still going with Haag now, 2 metres out. Possession. Smith comes in, the touch judge flag is already up anyway. Well, this is the menace confronting Gloucester again. Tim Smith wondering which way to go. De Glanville there had allowed his outside supporters to come up beyond him. Dorr then comes in to try and set it up. And Lumsden back to Guscott. Ian Smith there, basically to keep them out. Brave work by the Cherry and Whites. Coming up to 14 minutes of the second half. Bath within 8 metres of the Gloucester line. Hill, Clark, Obogu, powering away through to the line. Referee looks, gives the try. And Victor Obogu, the victor indeed, with plenty of support up his backside. 16 stone 3 to stop here. Bit of a task for P.Beech, and just bouncing off Dave Sims, and you can see it's a good decision and a good try for Obogu. So it's up to 25. Callard once more, and 27, and that takes Callard over the 50 points in just the 4th league game of the season. 27-3. And that, I'm afraid, might just about extinguish lingering Gloucester resistance. Not a deliberate late tackle. Quick throw in almost to Redmond, not taken by Hill. A yard out from the Gloucester line, or is it a metre? Bath throw. Redmond, what a great league. The wedge forms, they go for the drive. Can Gloucester counter? They collapse at 8 and the try is given. And somewhere there will be who last. Bogu again. Oh, he's claiming it. Brace of tries for Victor. Well, classical performance here by the pack. Good line-out ball. So well won by Redmond, and Bogu is there to go backside first. Masters picks up, tries to drive through the near side of the scrummage. Hannaford dispossessed, and Bath looked to have won it back with Bogu, but was there a knock-on? It's Gloucester's put in. Well, we've had most of the variations. What about a dummy scissors with the fly half? It's the back row that go though. Ian Smith, Holford at pace. Good work by Lumsden in defence. Ball is killed. Lumsden penalised, penalty. Got to get away from the ball when you make the tackle in defence. You can't lie over it. They must be running out of variations now, Gloucester, as to how to penetrate the defence. Standing off is Hawker, Hannaford to feed. Ends up with the back row again. It's well set up. Can they create the overlap? Cummins, the mismove in the centre. T.Smith in the line. And they're still going. It's Cummins in the corner on the loop. Well played. Never say die, the Cherry and Whites. And their efforts deserving of the score. Looked as though it wasn't going to come, till finally they found a way round. The drive by Smith, then the good clean setup. Hannaford and the mismove here. And the astute thinking of Cummins. You see where he's coming from here. And Cummins round finally to outflank the Bath defence that looks so secure. T.Smith then from just about the touchline. Yes, well done. So to double figures, certainly much greater respectability accruing from this good score. Pounding away they'd been at the Bath line. That looked to be the death of it, but the pass was legit, and Cummins round.
Steady on, don't do it, don't back into it.
Line out obstruction, hard going through, something they'll need to look at with coach Jack Rowell. That's a good kick. Bath not accustomed to being pinned down to their own line. Of course they can point to an uncomfortable day up at Orrell last week, being indicative of nothing being a foregone conclusion. 18-15. They won by the narrowest of margins, well, almost as narrow as it could be. Dummy loop, good run. Holford could make it. He's there, or did he lose it? Try given. He made downward pressure on it. Paul Holford. So he adds to his try against Leicester. And I think that the decision may not be in dispute. Lovely double dummy there. Then the burst through, and see how he fights his way to the line. Down he goes. Referee was closer than me. Coming again on this straightforward angle. Here he goes. He has to put downward pressure on it. Well, I'd back the referee's decision there. P.Beech. $17 points, and now they're all beginning to go over. The Bogu checks as he does so often and goes straight and hard and low. Hard to stop, but it rebounds off the foot. And it's got a little bit heated. A hand in the ruck. Kick at goal, is it? Or for touch? Touch for Callard. Hazelegg School, St Paul's, Cheltenham, Newport Club and Bath. More points for Gloucester than for Bath in the second half. Won't please the home faithful, nor John Hall or Jack Rowell. Got a chance here of points, double miss move. Lumsden in the line. Good defensive tackling, but here come again by Clark to Glanville. Adebayo cuts back inside, goes for the corner and gets there. They've got talent on the wings, Bath. And Adebayo showing that he's no second-rate backup to Tony Swift. Class player. It was this second phase that did it. Straightened up well by de Glanville. Long feed, gave a bit of room for Adebayo. Inside, outside. Beech couldn't hang on. And Adebayo home for try number 5. Callard. Majestic. So, as so often, Bath perhaps having the final word. 39 points to 17, less than 5 to go. Hill looking to that short side again. He makes good use of it. Adebayo with just a little hint of room. Foot in touch. Foot in touch. Yeah, this was typically Hill. That little foray up the short side where he keeps it straight and gives his winger a half chance. John Hall. Hill. Bogu again. Favourite role of his. Support from Dorr and Robinson. Here come the backs now. Guscott accelerates through. Audley Lumsden held. Still a lot of blue shirts there. Robinson, good setback. Cat looks for a gap. Hall there to support him if needed, and is. Hill again. De Glanville. Oh, nice dummy. He's got the full back to Beech. He's away. De Glanville still sees support. Richard Hill rounds off. Majestic play. Oh, tremendous score. That time the individual brilliance. The spark. Philip de Glanville. Nice work. Great play earlier by Robinson to keep possession to Bath. There was the half gap. De Glanville saw. Goes wide inside. Straightens up. Could have perhaps got there, but didn't need to. And look at the support. End of story. And that's the 6th try. And that's 44 points on the board. Try number 6. Just glancing through. There's lovely balance in that running. And the telltale support. Hill to celebrate. ...16 points today. Callard's victory trail just rolls on. 46 points, a minute to go. Could Gloucester in fact get a final say? Good pick up in the middle. T.Smith, can he get it available? It's a smother tackle, but still possession for Gloucester. Cummins on hand. It's gone loose on the line. Whistle. And a penalty with Bath handling on the deck. They'll run it, try and get a final consolation score. No momentum though, Richard West there. Possession still. Ball killed. Penalty again. Bath penalised. Hannaford. Jones. They're keeping it a bit too close. Cummins. Merchant in touch. final flourish by Gloucester is the final play of the match. And it's Bath finally with utter conviction. Who's going to stop them now? Bath 46, Gloucester bravely 17.
Victor, they're telling me you're going to give us a cheer, but they're down in the dumps too. Bath 46, Gloucester 17 was the score on Saturday, the worst ever. Bath are virtually unbeatable, that's the first point to make, and even for Gloucester on top form, this would have been mission impossible. The Cherry and White self-destructed though. They missed 5 kicks and presented the champions with at least 2 tries. In all, Bath got 6, Gloucester ran in 2, both in the second half. D.Cummins got the first. And P.Holford the second. That made it 32-17, not too bad, but 2 more tries by Bath made it Gloucester's heaviest league defeat. So what's the verdict of coach Keith Richardson?
Well, there were 80 minutes on Saturday which went very, very wrong, and things could have been so much better. You can't afford to play a team like Bath, which is basically a representative side, a team bristling with internationals. You just cannot go into games like that and make basic errors. We kicked badly, we missed penalties, we missed touches, we gave the ball away. We built up little bits and pieces which were leading to something, we knocked it on. We had the perfect scoring opportunity in the first half, 4-2. It happens once every 100 years against a team like Bath. We dropped the ball. So in fact, 17-0 at half-time, 4 penalties and a missed try. It could, and I really mean could, have been